We're with Sensei Takahashi. He's been teaching us the way of the Yari to fight the Oni Raiders.
Sensei Takahashi. Sounds like someone worth tracking down.
Let me in! You gotta let me in! Why I step out on that porch and I go, you gotta go. You need to leave. I got another bird in here. I can't be having you stink up the place. Stinking up the place. Whole time she out there crying. Crying, wailing, grabbing on me, screaming. My front door, right by the living room window. Of course, they hear the commotion. The two other birds come over. They're looking out the window. I'm calling them birds in this context just to sound terrible. Two other birds come over with my homie that I'm doing this two-man with. They start looking out the window. Seeing me argue with her, I'm just like, you gotta go. Like, well, so-and-so dropped me off and she left. I was like, all right, well, you better tell her to come pick you up because I got something going on in here and you're not about to cramp up my style. You gotta gizzo. You gotta go. So eventually she calls up her little friend. Her little friend comes and picks her up. I step back in. Before that happens, I leave her out on the porch because I don't care. Whoop-de-doo. I don't even care. Whoop-de-doo. I go back inside. And boy, the girl that I was with, her eyes lit up like it was Christmas. She was just like, ah. She thought it was so funny. She's like, another girl's here fighting for you. She's fighting.
Looks like I have you to thank for keeping me in business today.
Find anything good?
See for yourself. I got my hands on new merchandise.
Needless to say, we had a good night, brother. Needless to say. Some Bob Lord from Levi there. I wasn't a good guy in college, man. Wasn't the best of guys.
Eat kitty kitty meow meow because one time I don't mess with guys who don't eat kitty kitty meow meow because one time
Eat kitty kitty meow meow. I tell men not to do this.
I went out with this guy who's a promoter and he was like,
fantastic
hey,
toys.
I was like, cool, that's what's up. So I had him meet me at the Jaspers with Margot because I don't like people trying to come to my house because I'm a thief. And so he met me at Jaspers.
I'll see you around.
And go to Jaspers. I said, okay, where do you want to go? And he's like, oh, I want to go to the spot, College Park. So we go to College Park, and the spot is really his house. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't mind it because I'm ovulating. I'm feeling like a dog at this point. So we get to his room, and we're chilling, we're touching, and everything like that. So I think that's when we start going kitty meow meow, and he's like, oh no, I don't do that unless you're my girl. So I'm instantly turned off and I'm annoyed. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. And he's like, oh, all right, like hold on. He goes to the next room, and then when I look to my right, I peep that there's a whole bunch of money because he's a little fake promoter. So I decide to take a stack of money that's off the top, put it in my purse, and I just leave his apartment. And I start looking at it because the apartment, the way it was shaped, the building, the way it was shaped, was like it was locked unless somebody let you down or whatever. But I took the steps and then somebody let me out. So then I started looking at all the way to a hotel that was like up in the corner. And then I caught up with her from there, and I got home. And then he texted me and was like, oh, you were wrong for that, for leaving. And then he texted me a little bit later and was like, hey, did you take some money from my house? And I didn't say anything. And he was like, oh, I'm going to just check the cameras. So then I blocked him. And then he texted me from a text now number. And he was like, you just told me yourself. I don't even have cameras. But that's how I know you did it. And that's why I'm going to get somebody to come F you up. But I was like, looking at all the way to a hotel that was like up in the corner. And then I caught up with her from there. And I got home. And then he texted me and was like, oh, you were wrong for that, for leaving. And then he texted me a little bit later and was like, hey, did you take some money from my house? And I didn't say anything. And he was like, oh, I'm going to just check the cameras. So then I blocked him. And then he texted me from a text now number. And he was like, you just told me yourself. I don't even have cameras. But that's how I know you did it. And that's why I'm going to get somebody to come F you up. But I was like, find me. And
finally, a woman talks fast and just spit it out and get right to the point. Why don't all women on TikTok do this?
I knew he was going to be able to find me. So then 2 weeks later, I go to do dates. I have a guy at Jaspers. And he's like, yeah, we're going to do this cute little quick kickback. We go to the kickback, and then lo and behold,
fancy sword on that
or
one.
they're in the same circle.
Can she eat?
I don't focus. So or whatever, and I'm just
Why
like,
you
oh
guys,
my gosh,
bro?
acting like I don't know this
fuck?
guy. I'm like, someone please get me. Child's play. I'm trying to pull the whole skin in distress type situation, and it totally worked because the guy I was with was like, oh, he tripping. So the dude grabs my purse, but lo and behold, that was my favorite rainbow purse, and it had nothing but my rainbow lipstick. And so he's just like, yeah, like he just snatched the purse thinking I would have money in it, but I never carry money when I go on a date because it looks the guy, or they're in the same circle. So the little promoter's there, and so he starts spazzing on me or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, acting like I don't know this guy. I'm like, someone please get this black guy away from me. I'm so scared.
Hands are shaking.
Stress type situation, and it totally worked because the guy I was was like, oh, he tripping. So the dude grabs my purse, but lo and behold,
One.
rainbow purse, and it had nothing but my rainbow lip gloss and an ID that was expired. And so he's just like, yeah, like he just snatched the purse.
She picked a fight with the wrong bamboo.
So I'm just crying. I'm like, let's leave. So I get the guy to leave. And he's like, what was that about? And I'm like, that's stalking me. And I'm so there. Remember, I was supposed to go to the bank. So I'm trying to like look you guys like this man and make him remember that I told him I needed to go to the bank before I date, which I did say that, but I had already went to the bank. So he was like, yeah, and I was like, oh my god, I need that money. My hand's going. Money for my
Even
house,
you
and
never
I didn't
cut
say
all
anything.
seven.
It's like,
Shut up.
oh, I'm gonna just check the camera. So then I blocked
Those
him.
Ronin
He
left
texted
me a
text now
gift.
number. He was like, you just told me yourself, I don't even have cameras, but that's how I know you did it, and that's why we get somebody to come F you up. But I was like, find me, and
Finally, a woman who talks fast and just spit it out and get right to the point. Why don't all women on TikTok do this?
I knew he wasn't gonna be able to find me. So then 2 weeks later, I go on a new date, and I have the guy meet me at Jasper. So he's like, yeah, we're gonna go to this cute little quick kickback. We go to the kickback, and then lo and behold, he knows the guy, or they're in the same circle. So the little promoter's there, and so he starts spazzing on me or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like acting like I don't know this guy. I'm like, someone please get this black guy away from me. I'm so scared.
We got raiders in
I'm
the
trying to
inn.
pull the whole light skin in distress
Watch your back.
type situation.
Entrance is at the
Person
front.
I was with was like, oh, he tripping. So the dude
I
grabs
should
my
go in
purse,
there.
but lo and
Oh,
behold,
and that's the
it was
raiders
like
for your
a rainbow
cutback?
purse, and it
Be
had
my
nothing
guest.
but my rainbow lip gloss and an ID that was expired. And so he's just like, yeah, like he just snatched the purse thinking I would have money in it, but I never carry money when I go on a date because why would I? So I'm just crying and I'm like, let's leave. So I get the guy to leave. And he's like, what was that about? And I was like, that's the guy that's been stalking me. And I'm so upset because I had my money in there. Remember, I was supposed to go to the bank. So I'm trying to like low-key gaslight this man and make him remember that I told him I needed to go to the bank before I date, which I did say that, but I had already went to the bank. So he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my god, I need that money for my son. I can't believe he has that. Can you go back and fight on my honor? So the guy was low-key a scary person. So he was like, no, but he was like, you know what, I'm gonna help you out. So he goes to the ATM and he comes back with a measly $600 and he's like, this is all I got. So I'm just like, oh man, I guess
It's my sake cup. I always drink from that cup.
You go in there. The Oni raiders will put your head on a spike.
He's not wrong. What are the raiders doing here?
Giving out jobs. If we're lucky.
Or just getting drunk like the rest of us. I just wish they weren't doing it with my cup. It just does not taste the same.
Let it go.
You came. Decided to brave the demons of this valley, I see. Why not pick a mask? Any mask. To keep them at bay.
I'd rather you tell me what the raiders are doing here.
This is the Oni's breath in. Even demons need watering holes. So, shall we make you a mask worthy of your inner demon? A mask to show the real power within.
So then I just went back home, and then they kept like texting my phone, and I blocked them both. But then they started texting me from text now numbers, and I'm just like, leave me alone. I don't know either of you Negroes. And then the other promoter
Watch your step.
Me, and I was just like, well, this
They're
doesn't
quite
happen.
astonishing, aren't
Kitty
they?
meow meow. So yeah, that's why I don't like guys who don't eat kitty meow meow because they're crazy.
We want sake.
Then deal with the raiders. The Oni thugs took it all. There's no sake to sell. Raiders in the inn decided they should have it all. For free.
This is insane. Alright, let's get into some
Ain't
clips
enough
from
blood for free,
Twitter.
right?
I gotta get away from
I don't care what anyone says. Only cowards wear masks in a fight. Some people say they are actual demons. Your demons are...
No one wants to fight me.
big as hell.
At least the raiders know how to have fun. I could kick them out, you know, if I wanted to. You, fight me.
You're drunk.
Come on, give me a real fight. I win, I give you mon. Oh, you know what I mean.
I've gotten into fights for worse reasons.
Aha! Yes! Wait.
I should be a waiver called that your ass is too big.
Come at me. Enough! No. Take your money.
Insane levels of fat. This is called the good guy.
Oh, more drinks.
Let's talk about the good, the ones that don't yell, don't cheat, don't hit you, but deep down.
Have a drink with a tired old Ronin, stranger? I'm buying.
What are we drinking?
Sake. Good one. From the south, where my good days reside. Between the Yote 6 and the Matsumae, we're going to die in Ezo, you know.
Would that be so bad? Mount Yote is a good final view.
Cannot argue with that. Thank you for listening to an old man. Keep the sake.
He fought all of them.
No mask, no entry.
Good thing I'm wearing one. I hear you have raiders inside.
Drunk ones? This is the Oni's breath in. What do you expect?
Mask stays on.
Ranjin, get information on the Yote 6.
Ah, at least someone out there has the guts to join the party. Sit, have a drink. Let's play a game, friend. I pose a riddle. You answer. Get it right, I drink. Get it wrong, you drink.
All right, let's hear this riddle.
Feed me and I live. Quench my thirst and I die. What am I?
You're supposed to put the lines on your finished tacos.
I'm pretty sure I've seen El Pollo Loco commercials where they're using lime on a hot grill.
Why would you squeeze limes on a hot grill? It just evaporates.
Okay, so it's
Fire.
The lady is correct. I drink.
That's not a thing.
No, that's not a thing.
There are lots of Ronin looking for work out there.
But you are better than all of them put together, and want the raiders to send jobs your way instead. Is that it?
Why scrounge around for jobs when I could join the raiders instead?
Brave little doll, aren't we? I have eyes when I have company. I am blind when I am alone.
So apparently Kamala Harris is done.
A sword.
I am afraid not. Drink.
So what's it like working for the Yote 6?
Why so curious about them?
They're going up against the Matsumae, aren't they? I'd like to be on the winning side when that happens.
Answer this next riddle and maybe we can talk about it. I am real within you. I am but a story around you.
Pain?
It is a demon, in fact. Friend. I heard there is one running around the Yote grasslands, killing our men.
Thanks for the free drinks.
Ah. Wait. I saved the best riddle for last. I carry a sword, but I am not a man. I ask about the Yote 6 too much, and tipped my hand.
You really don't want to do this.
No one is that eager to come face to face with the Yote 6.
Fine, we take it outside. I hate spilling good sake.
Cracks me up about whatever. You know what cracks me about him? I go to Target, this man's selling shampoo, and he's bald-headed. This man's selling hair products, not a a speck of hair on his face. He got beard products, not a speck of hair on his face. Bro, I will never understand it. I was like, how do you sell anything that's for hair, beard, when you have no hair?
Hope that sword's not too heavy for you.
That's like me selling glasses when I'm blind. That's like me selling...
You cannot hide from the Oni!
What are you talking about, dude? What are you doing? Mr. Johnson. I didn't tell you. I never got it.
No! It's the Onryo!
Anyone else want to join them? Drinks are on them.
If your child has used Roblox, you might be owed significant compensation from a
Want to
lawsuit
play?
currently
If you have the
underway.
coin.
Find out if you
Sure.
qualify. While marketed as safe for children, Roblox has allegedly become what investigators call a hunting ground for predators targeting kids as
Everyone wants to play ball. We look forward to your
discovered that despite
continued
safety promises, their children were exposed to
She doesn't look that tough.
content and adult predators using the platform's chat features. The Washington Post, NBC News, and Bloomberg have all reported on this growing practice. Multiple lawsuits have been filed.
Hey, I was looking at that.
Not if you want to live.
It was nothing anyway.
What
Damn it,
parents
mon Dieu!
don't realize is that if your child experienced any inappropriate contact on Roblox, from suggestive messages to requests for photos or personal information, your family may qualify for substantial compensation. Legal experts suggest potential settlements would mirror similar cases like the Boy Scouts, where victims received significant compensation for institutional failures. But time is limited. Once
Hey,
these
sword
cases
lady.
move to final stages,
Appreciate you taking care of those raiders. Buy whatever sake you want. I won't even try to swindle you.
Family qualifies. The consultation is completely free and 100% confidential. Attorneys only get paid if you receive compensation. Don't
I
let
told you
Roblox
raiders
take
are just
responsibility
cowards in a
for
mask.
your child at
Would
risk. Click
demons
now
lose
see
to
if
a
you
sellsword?
qualify.
Maybe she's the demon.
You're describing is a strawberry daydream.
This live streamer just got himself arrested live.
This is
because
good
he
fish.
forgot to
Where did
mute
you
his
catch
mic
it?
while he
beach
was
past the
calling
market.
his dealer. Oh, sorry, bro. I want all my money, dog. I want all my money, bro. I wish I was kidding. Come on, how is this possible? Why do you do this to yourself? Oh, well, today we're talking about Bossman Jack, also known as Austin Curtis Peterson, a self-proclaimed gambling king who somehow manages to lose tens of thousands of dollars, screams at his dad, and incriminate himself on Twitch within the same week. So you may be asking yourself, well, I personally found out about Bossman Jack through a clip on his live stream where he accidentally left his mic on midstream while ordering that white rock like it was Uber Eats. Not the brightest thing you can do. But after looking into it for, like 10 minutes, I realized, oh wow, this is quite the iceberg. Because it became very apparent to me that it wasn't something like that at all. Essentially, this was this entire internet ecosystem built around his chaos. In the same way, I kind of fell down that rabbit hole for the world of t-shirts. So where do I
Someone
even
burned this
start?
place.
Well, Austin Peterson,
Not
aka
that long
Bossman
ago.
Jack, is a 28-year-old streamer from Virginia who's built his entire career off of being a cautionary tale. His content is kind of like watching a car crash or a slow train crash. Because because you can see it's going to end in a disaster. You just don't know when the disaster is going to happen. No! Yo! Oh my god, bro! Yo! I swear to God, no, I quit. No, dude, I quit. I'm done, dude. I swear to God, I need this money so bad, dude. Okay, yeah. Even the guts of shock. This is clearly someone who needs help. He started out streaming old school RuneScape on an Awesome 7. He was pretty good at it. He built a small following by gambling and getting gold and duels until it all went downhill. The guy couldn't stop. He became what the community calls a debt streamer, which essentially means the streamer begs for money so they can go use it again gambling. And this was around 2022 when live streaming gambling was fairly popular. Gambling streams, especially slots and poker, became the fastest growing category, hitting over 300 million watch time hours in just 2021 alone. By 2022, Austin switched to this content
alive.
from RuneScape into just being a gambling stream.
He became the samurai he always dreamed of.
Gambling streams also got a lot of views, and
Lord Kitamori, protector of the North,
loans, pawning off fake promises,
and his sister the Onryo.
On his stream every single stream. He would scam players by selling lent gold on RuneScape that wasn't his to sell, and still somehow kept streaming like nothing ever happened. Eventually, Twitch banned gambling streams altogether, and instead of, getting help, Austin said, fine, I'll just go somewhere worse. So he moved over to Kick, rebranded as Boss Man Jack, and became even more chaotic. Because I guess on King he found his new calling, losing a whole bunch of money fast. He'd start with money and scream after one win, and then lose everything 5 minutes later and threaten to smash his computer.
Man, what the I'm going all in, bro. I can't tell myself I can't. We need this, guys. We need this. Green smack. Let's go green. Let's go green. We pay the most. Please playing black. Please playing black. I need this. Come on, black. No. Have a good day, guys.
She might be right.
I mean, it's just a very sad and chaotic cycle to watch. He's been caught on camera punching walls, breaking doors, and screaming at his parents. He still lives with, by the way, his poor dad, nicknamed Rat Dad by the community, to be heard in the background of half his clips, just sighing into oblivion. And sometimes you can even see his mom put her head through the curtain and look at him while he's streaming. I mean, that poor lady. Kick even suspended him after one stream where he started putting himself on camera. He also banned him for a month for using slurs mid-meltdown, and his chat egged him on, because essentially, he's just a very slim streamer.
That's right.
It's really hard to walk away from people like him, especially for Kick viewers. We've covered a whole lot of people who've been egged on by Kick viewers to do awful things for clout, put it lightly. But this is just alarming, because you're literally watching a guy destroy his life and his addictions.
I lost again! I just lost it all!
But also, this goes way further back than just streaming. Because back in 2014, he was already on law enforcement's radar. Because at just 19, he was arrested alongside of 2 others in connection to a string of vehicle break-ins in Virginia. Police said he rummaged through unlocked cars, stealing coins, credit cards, and other valuables. And to think that was just the start to a lifelong pattern of self-destructive behavior. But this is where the story gets truly unhinged. Because on October 2nd, 2025, Austin was live on Twitch celebrating a big win. Just paid $5,000 was essentially on the top of the world. But because he's, himself, he immediately decided it was time to celebrate. By celebrating, he muted his microphone, called his dealer, and announced that he just paid $5,000 he could pay off his,
Yeah, I got 5K. Why not? Yeah, I got 5K.
cool path. Either way, I digress. A lot of sidetracking going on here, but finishes the ball, comes back and realizes that Chad is scamming Rogue. He then starts saying this is all about crypto and that all of them are just idiots for thinking anything else.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh my God, bro. Bro, who the is doing this to me, bro? Who's doing this to me? That's not nothing to do with any other exchanges. That's all I'm talking about. I'm like, so I'm gonna fucking fuck that, bro. I have no other guy, bro. No, me either, no.
Yeah, sure. Just did crypto transactions with your guy and swapping. There's nothing suspicious about that at all. But fast forward just a few hours, we show up. He was arrested for felony drug possession, reportedly without White Rock. And what makes things even worse is he's already on probation. So under law, there's a classified felony, which covers Schedule 1 or 2 sentences, and the sentence is about 1 to 10 years in prison, or up to a year in jail, which is qualifying. So now, not only is he facing prison time, but he can also lose the suspended sentence from his earlier cases. Basically, the courts can unfreeze his old time and stack it on top of the new charge. Ironically, he might have just gambled away his freedom. But like pretty much everything else I cover, it keeps getting worse because the entire conversation is clipped, reposted, and dissected by his own detractors. There's literally an entire Reddit forum and YouTube channels that track every meltdown, every arrest, and everything that this guy does. Essentially, he's what you call a lolcat. I don't think he's reached Chris Chan levels yet, but I want everything. He's definitely up there. Well, this community pieced together the entire timeline show that just hours out of the hot light call he was booked in the gym. So there's even a theory that his own dad, Rat Dad himself, might have actually called the cops after seeing Austin be his dealer at the family house. And honestly, if your 30-year-old son is live streaming felonies in your garage while screaming at you about losing $700 regular while gambling and actively using, I mean, I don't blame them. That's an absolute nightmare to be around. You don't want that in your house.
Yo, chill out, bro. Yo, chill out, bro. What the f*** you doing, bro? Even you just saying that, you're an idiot. You're dumb. Don't do that. Stop smoking. Goddamn, bro.
Get her, bro. Get going, bro. Get him a room. Get out of my room.
It's like, by the time he's 30, a lot of chances have been burned to get to that point. Like, it would be completely different if you had a 30-year-old who was working an honest job and was just, you know, not being able to provide for himself on his own, or is saving up until he can finally move out to his own place.
I'll clean it all up. Dad! I'll clean it up. I'll clean it up.
Looks like we have a visitor.
No! I'm gonna let you guys have a chat. Dad, stop. Man, shut the... Yo, shut up, man.
Again, I mean, that's just a theory I saw floating around. What makes the story so depressing is how it was. Austin, unfortunately, has just been spiraling for over a decade since later. And now, essentially, he's risking years behind bars because, well, his behavior, but also because he forgot to review on his live stream. Like, come on. Because the guy would have the cycles, he went like $30,000 and lose it all. And then Vegas
Shimaki!
and then sit and gamble that money again, and it was like repeat cycles. Like, as of right now, Boston Jack is facing 28 monthly fines and also extend in rehab or jail or prison. And definitely, if he's convicted, he could easily be going away for a long time. Meanwhile, his viewers are calling this season 7 of the Meltdown. So that's also fascinating within itself. Because honestly, after he's a research guy, I doubt he's going to get it, because as soon as he gets out, he's probably just going to go right back to streaming where he left off. But that's the story of a streamer who literally lost his freedom because he forgot to use his microphone. If you're here, feel free to subscribe.
Microdonors deserve to be creamed in half. That is the way of the Odachi.
Yes, Master Yoshida. Can I help you? I am Master Yoshida. But I'm not accepting any more students.
Too busy chasing down the Saito brothers?
I see we have something in common. You must be the Onryo hunting them, just as you hunted the snake.
You've heard of me.
Those names on your sash. It's a bold woman who wears her enemies around her waist.
And it's a bold warrior who carries a giant sword on his back. Or a foolish one.
We are both fools if we're at war with the Yote Six.
What did the Saito brothers do to you?
That requires trust. Something only my best students earn.
Then teach me the way of the Odachi. How hard can it be?
That depends on if you can lift it.
Why teach the Odachi?
Anyone can wield a katana, but a blade the size of a man?
Makes it slow, dull.
Only in the wrong hands. Here, try and pick it up.
Ooh.
Well?
It's very large.
Come with me. With proper training, even the largest enemies will beg for mercy.
Our new student thinks she can best master Yoshida.
The Odachi weighs more than she does. She will not last the day.
Does the Onryo have a name?
Atsu.
Ready your Odachi, Atsu. We will begin with blocking, to help you become comfortable with the Odachi's weight. Good. You handle the weight well. A fine block. Blocking is about control. But to attack with the Odachi, you must floor with its weight. Swing at me, light and fast. Your muscles are learning. Impressive. Now, break my guard with a heavy strike. Not bad. You're still standing.
So are you. Men who come at me usually wind up dead.
Maybe someday. Now, the real fun begins. Matsumae! You are our guest? Who wants to challenge her? Or are you content to just talk?
I'll teach her a lesson.
Please, we yield.
Who's next?
You're a quick study, Atsu. Your swing is more confident. Unlike some of you, who fight like my blind grandmother.
Master!
Our scouts have returned.
Master Yoshida! The dragon and the spider's men have a camp up the ridge.
So close? They won't sit idle for long.
There's a group on their way now.
Let them come, and meet our braids.
Matsumae! At attention! The enemy draws near!
Atsu, a moment.